That felt great to say because that's the first time I've ever talked about it publicly. And it would be kind of cool if other people could use them. You know, I'll spend $120 million on content this year, buying private islands. We're building a city. I just want to be the most subscribed to channel.
I found
That's like someone stabbed me and then I'm just like, take the knife out. I hate this. Our second studio. After this, I want to take them to my main studio so they can see it. So yeah, the cool stuff hasn't even happened yet. Yeah, so to be specific, you're in a church. So when I first started, there's just no warehouses or studios in Greenville, North Carolina. Yeah. So there are a lot of churches though. We're in the Bible Belt. Yeah. So I bought a church and then we converted it by just like, you know, basically taking all the pews out, just converted it into a studio. And so that's where we started filming. But the problem is, you know, it's not that big. So eventually we had to move, as our videos got bigger, over to a new studio we built. And so we just converted this into the thumbnail place. And so this is one of like our 4 thumbnail rooms. If it's like me laying in sand here, we might potentially lay a bunch of sand on the ground and then put a up high camera and film me just laying in the sand. If I had to like actually go to the place to shoot them all, I'd be shooting thumbnails like 5 hours every single day. Yeah. So it's like nice to be able to lay on the beach in a desert island without having to go there. Yeah. You know? Tell if you look at our channel, like obviously we're very analytically optimized. And over the years, I've just built a lot of tools. And a little while ago, we were just looking at all the tools and I was like, man, these are like really good. And it would be kind of cool if other people could use them, especially smaller creators. And so that's why we started ViewStats.com, because I felt like all these public websites where you could see YouTubers' data just wasn't even good. Like there's no other website where you can see whether someone's views come from longs or shorts. You know, no other websites allow you to track actual video by video performance to see what a video is out of 10 on other people's channels. So that's what we were building, like kind of our own version of Social Blade. But then I realized like, well, I have all these other tools I've been building for our channel and like, well, maybe they might also find those valuable. But yeah, it was pretty scary because these things are, you know, as you've used, they're pretty insane. And so the problem though is like these things require a lot of data and we have a giant team to like turn them into something on the website that's actually usable, which is why it's on ViewStats Pro, because it's like just to convert our tools into something people could actually use costs over $2 million. And then we're building, we have a roadmap with like a dozen other tools we want to roll out over time. So that's why ViewStats is a free site, but what we're talking about is ViewStats Pro. I just want to make sure it makes sense to them because people might be a little confused. But yeah, it's basically, I just tried to, for as cheap as possible, take everything I use on my channel and just give it to small creators so they can use it to get an advantage. Also, that felt great to say because that's the first time I've ever talked about it publicly.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why I was trying to make sure everyone understands it because they're going to be like, what's viewstats.com? What's ViewStats? What does this mean? Because I've literally never talked about it. I've never even tweeted about it.
Yeah.
And so for the $1 versus, the thing is, we've all seen BuzzFeed did it, but also not only did BuzzFeed, but it's just like people across every format on YouTube, beauty channels, gaming channels, everyone was doing videos where they'd compare something cheap to something expensive. And they usually did well. And what I like to do is if I see something going viral across like multiple, you know, formats all across YouTube, then it's like, okay, that seems to be something people really like. And, you know, they're really interested in that content. So maybe I should just do that like in a really beast way on the channel. So like if a beauty channel does $1 versus $100 makeup palette and that pops off, and then someone does $1 versus $100 sushi and that pops off, and a video gamer does $1 or $100 computer versus a $10,000 computer, then it's like, okay, people seem to like this. I'm gonna do a $1 hotel versus $1 million hotel, and it works. Like how, because you know, ViewStats probably built it where we can help small creators just do better. And when I try to think of like one of the most can't think of another word than OP. It means overpowered if you're not a gamer. Sometimes I say that and people like look at me weird. Tools is like to help you brainstorm ideas, because I think that's one of our bread and butters. And one of the best ways to brainstorm tools, I thought, would be to give you access to outliers, which is like you said, it's essentially like if videos do, you know, it basically shows you every video on YouTube that performs multiples better than the average on that channel. So like if a person's getting 1 million views a video and then they upload a video and it gets 5 million views, well, why did that video do 5 times better? And like we just give you a collection of videos like that performed really well, so you can brainstorm based off of it. So you know, hopefully you can also have outliers. Based off of outliers, because the thing is like, I mean, honestly, one of my earliest ideas was like buying a car with pennies, and but this is maybe even before we started like tracking data, and I just saw someone bought Gucci with pennies, and I was like, oh, that seemed to work. Let me go buy a car with pennies. So honestly, throughout the last 6 years, it's been a big just way for me to brainstorm. But it's hard though, because I don't want people to don't like see an outlier and just do the exact video. You always have to take it and ideally put a spin on it, a twist on it, do it your own way. Because if you just recreate what's already there, well, it's already popped off. Like, it's not going to work. But if you use it as inspiration, which is what I want to get across, and then you creatively come up with your own version, that's where they work, right? Because a lot of almost everything we've done has never been done before. But yes, for the ideas, this is just one of many ways to get like in video, and you can't tell the difference between their video and my video besides the budget. Then it's like, yeah, you're copy and paste. But but like, you know, me and Ryan might sometimes do similar videos. I'm not even say he's copy, but like Ryan and I could, like, I will go visit hotel rooms, $1 versus. Ryan will go visit scary Airbnbs, and it doesn't feel the same, right? That's like, and that's the thing. Like, Ryan has his own voice. He's quirky, and he's just like, you know, let scenes breathe more and blah blah. And that's like Ryan's style. And then our style is like a little bit quicker and just show you cool things and spending more money and, you know, making it epic. And so yeah, that's not that he's copying us, but in general, that would be like doing it with taste. And then the copy and paste is, you know, there are tons of other people who after our hotel video just went literally sometimes hit the same hotels, same thing, use my same text on screen, speak like me, act like me, use my cuts, use the same timing, pacing. And it's like, be more like Ryan, invent your own style. We need more people like that. We need less people that just look at Ryan, look at me and other big creators and just, you know, literally copy and paste. Like, if people wanted to watch my style videos, they'll just watch my video. That we don't need someone else doing my videos with lower budget and less effort. It's like, we need people doing their own version of it with their own unique spin and taste again. And I didn't like the title and thumbnail on this gaming video, but I loved the content. It was one of my favorite gaming videos. So I was like, let's bring back the style, the content, and then just reinvent the title and thumbnail where hopefully people click on it. And yeah, it worked really well. So in that case, yeah, I got, we doubled down on the content because it's not always clickbait, obviously. We would just react. We try to react to the most viral stuff because obviously if it went viral, then people like it. You know what I mean? And like in this instance, it might not be as analytical as it seems. I mean, so the video we reacted to is I strapped a GoPro on a fish. I mean, you don't need data to tell you that's fucking cool. I mean, they put a GoPro on a fish, and it's also like we have to make good content. So it has to be things me and Chris were interested in, and so. You know, that's checks the box. Chris and Jimmy would like make good content reacting to it. It's cool. And then, yeah, it's also an outlier that would perform. Same thing with the watermelon, like the world's fastest cutting of a watermelon. Like, that's just very interesting. So, because I don't want people to get so analytical that they forget about content. Because it's a yin and a yang. Because one of the biggest things also people forget too is like whether or not people click on your video. A huge factor is their experience with your last video. And so if they've watched 5 of your videos and they didn't enjoy it, it doesn't matter what your title and thumbnail is. They're going to see a Ryan Trahan or a Mark Rober video and your video, and they'll be like, the last 5 times I clicked on your video, the last 5 times I clicked on Ryan, I enjoyed it. I laughed. I had a good time. It was a vibe. They're going to click on Ryan. Get fucked, you know? And so that's where it's like you have to, I would say it's like focus – like, and the pendulum, focus more on content than you do clickbait, but don't ever let it swing too far because it still does matter, if that makes sense. So over on the left, he has our Protect series where, you know, we did Protect $500,000, keep it. I thought that was a pretty good video. And after we filmed it, I was like, I like this. Like, we should double down on it and do 2 more. And then as we doubled down on it, I was like, oh, this is kind of repetitive. And people, honestly, I would say that's like the biggest flop of a series we've done in a while. People just didn't really... You know, they're like, it's good, but they didn't care that much. And so that's dead. Like, and if you look here, you'll see like most of these go more than 3. That one, I was like, all right, we're done. I don't like it. And so, you know, not every time you hit, but so that's probably like the worst format series, whatever you want to call it, we've had. The best is the $1 versus. That crushed. I think in like the last 365 days, I think Plane Ticket is like the most viewed video on all of YouTube. That's not an ad or something close like that. And so for the $1 versus, I have the opposite problem. I think we might have stopped at like 1 video too early. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy crap! Yeah, we did 8 of them, but they were really spread out over a year. People really liked it. Like, and it's something anyone can understand. Whether you're 10 or you're 50, watching us drive a $1 car all the way up to $100 million car is just sick. You know what I mean? And that was also a lot of fun. So yeah, I try to end like, cause like if you do a series long enough, it's like exciting, then it's not really exciting. And then if you keep doing it, it becomes kind of lame and people churn out. I try to kind of stop like here before it loses excitement. So I try to stop series early before people have to tell me to stop them. I like to, because if not, then you just become known for that. So I like to always keep things fresh and keep changing it up. I think that though is one of the few ones where I kind of wish I did 1 or 2 more, because that was like, it's crazy. I mean, these are averaging like 250, 300 million views every single one of them. And the retentions are great. People love them. So, whoops. Yeah, the tournament ones, people love those. And, you know, we just had our first 40-minute video, which that was a fun test.
Yeah.
That video's doing really well. And the beauty of tournament, which one thing I'm really trying to get better at is storytelling. And it's kind of hard to storytell when it's just me and the boys. But with this, you know, we have a lot of characters in the video. And that's one thing I want to really become world class at over the next 5 years is like building characters throughout the videos. And then... So, you know, working on the storytelling, I mean, blah, blah, you kind of get the same thing with the survival ones, Survive 100 Days. I mean, that's why people like it. Yes, the environment we put them in is cool, but also getting to know the contestant. And now that we've gotten better at telling the contestant's story and letting them show emotion, those videos crushed, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. The character development note is interesting because with unscripted, which is so much of content on YouTube nowadays, like what do you do in pre-production to identify those characters or try to put them in the right situations?
Yes. So yeah, you hit it on the head. The thing is, unscripted shows like ours, that's where character development is hard. And people don't understand because people always, you know, well, so like years ago, I was just got awful at it. And you know, if you ever told me I was bad at storytelling, you were correct. And I'm glad everyone beat me on the head and be like, tell better stories. Now the past year, we've been really trying. You know, somebody who's like ages 1 through 100, we hit it. I mean, if you look at the TikTok clips on it, people loved it. People loved, you know, 42, 58. It was awesome. And then other videos, you know, we're still improving and getting better. Like the Protect series. I feel like we didn't dive deep enough in the characters. Do you even know the name of the guy from the newest video?
No, not from
exactly. So we didn't, you know, so that, which is something I'm working on. The thing is, you know, everything I've ever done is on YouTube. So it's not like I'm some filmmaker with 30 years of experience bringing it over. I'm learning in real time. So like, I want to be a great storyteller, but like, you know, you have to fail a bunch and just, you know, my failures are watched by a lot of people. So I'm learning in real time in front of everyone. But what did you ask again? Like, so for these kinds of videos, you can't, right? You can't script them. And so that video, ages 1 through 100, or 40-minute video, had more cameras recording than any other production in history. Right? I think I tweeted that. Yeah. There's never, you can't find a movie or show or anything that's ever had 300 cameras simultaneously recording like that. And so that's the thing. We had, you know, there's 100 cubes. So we put a main cam in the cube, and then we put like one they can talk to, or so a wide shot, and then a shot on them. So that's 200 cameras. And then we had all the wide shots all around the studio and all the cameras we were recording with. And so the answer is you just film everything, you know, but it's brutal. And most people can't do that because it's like, I mean, I think we had like petabytes worth of footage. I mean, it would have taken a single human like 5 lifetimes to watch all the footage we had. And so, but that's where, you know, for these bigger videos, we'll have like 50 or 60 editors ready to like chop down the footage. We'll have like 3 or 4 story time editors that are just like listening to everything and just writing down notes to make the editors' lives easier. And then we just go, the crazy part is though, right, if you, for that video, like I don't usually talk about this stuff publicly, but like you're asking how do we prepare to get a better story, a lot of it's in the tech, because to record 300 cameras for days, you need like, to even house that much footage, you need a giant server. So in our other studio, I'll show you when we go over there, we have a multi-million-dollar server rack and everything that our editors can remote into to actually edit the footage. Because if you tried to put all the footage for that video on hard drives and ship it to one editor, it would cost like $70,000. So like if I were to try to give 50 editors all the footage on that video to edit it down, I mean, it would literally be millions of dollars in just hard drives just to get it to them. And it would take forever to copy all the footage and everything. I mean, it'd be impossible. It'd take you a full year to edit that video, whereas we edit and upload in a month, right, or less. And so for that, we also have to build out a server room that everyone can remote into, edit off of one central place. So then all the footage is there, and I don't have to spend $4 million shipping hard drives out just for one single video. Wow. And so it's a lot of that stuff, which other people don't do, so they're not able to actually record that many cameras. And that's where the hard part is. If you don't have that kind of coverage, then you do have to be a little more scripted, because, you know, a normal person, our production company, or someone who doesn't, you know, take it as seriously as we do, they would just be like, all right, this 24-hour period, we're going to film in this 1 hour window. We're going to roll with these 10 cameras. You're going to say this. You're going to say that. You're going to say this. This is your character, and you're going to do this. And then they'd be like, cool, we got all the shots. You know, we'll see you in 23 hours for the next challenge. Whereas for us, it's just like, all right, over the next 24 hours, do what you want. We're capturing it all. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of the difference, and no one shoots these kinds of shows like we do.
Yeah.
That's like half of that's like the most brutal part of what we do is like managing the footage and like getting it where it's actually a video. I mean, we're literally sometimes chopping down like, I mean, it's crazy, like hundreds of years worth of footage down into a 20-minute video. I wish it was any video besides the protect the yacht video. I hate this video in hindsight. Yeah, I mean, I would say this is one of our worst thumbnails, to be honest, which it's my fault. It's not like the team's fault or anything like that. I'd say the A option you're looking at, like, I'm not in it. I'm in every thumbnail. What was that? Obviously, it didn't win. So we tested those 3 at the top. The middle B one is the one that won, which clearly, I mean, the C one just doesn't really make any sense. Even the B one, I'm not the biggest fan of. We kind of we sketched it out before we filmed the video, and I was like, this is good. But sometimes, which I've learned, when you sketch a thumbnail and then you actually bring that to life, and it just doesn't look real. And that's one of the ones that looked good in a sketch, and I was like, yes. And then when we actually made it, I was like, no, frick. And we couldn't figure out another option. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, we obviously A/B tested 3 formats, and we found the one that worked, and then we tested a couple of different boats, but, you know, I hate that. Agreed. I've noticed these as well. I was actually my girlfriend when we watched this video, and then it was on our homepage the next day, and she literally said, like, is that what it said before the thumbnail? Because it popped in the top left and said continue watching. So even people have noticed. I agree. I think this is a realistic way of doing it. 3 options. Test some text and then just leave it be. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't overthink it. Because there's a lot of diminishing returns, and there's a point where it makes sense to just start working on your next video if you don't have the resources and a bunch of people helping you. And it's you do have to question okay, well, if I just started putting my brain and effort into the next video, would I get more upside than just this kind of stuff? But yeah, that he did good there.
Yeah.
So before I hit enter, this is on ViewStats Pro. This is our thumbnail search tool. You can type anything you want in, and it'll give you thumbnails to get inspired off of. It's really sick. So he just said basketball with holes in it. So I'm going to hit enter. Give it a second. Look how quick that loaded. This thing is fast. And so now we can scroll through this, and we can see all these thumbnails on YouTube that have basketballs with holes in it. And this is exactly what you're talking about.
Yep.
The whatever.
The airless basketball. Yeah.
And so are we trying to brainstorm what's the title of the video we're trying to bring? So then in the basketball they sent has holes in it.
Yeah.
So then you would just look at all these, and the cool part is we didn't just stop here. So you can obviously see all the thumbnails inspiration, but you can also search by thumbnail, and it'll give you even more specific thumbnails on the thumbnails you like, which you just kind of got to use this. I know this might seem insane, but it works really well. And so, I don't know. So we want to get inspired by more thumbnails, and boom. So now it's giving you specifically the thumbnails that look similar. As you can see, all the other ones that had the white balls in it pop up here. And then we can, let's get inspired off this. So it'll probably be pretty similar results. And then if you scroll down, maybe we're like, oh, actually, this looks crazy. There's slime on his hand, or basketball hitting a car. You just flip through it, get tons of inspiration, and then keep funniest basketball hitting cars. So now, see, it's going to give you crazy ones. So this world's largest basketball over the car, because obviously it picked up that you're not, expecting it to be slamming a car. It's just trying to give you cool inspiration. We can do this one with the dart in it. And then you just keep flipping through here. Look, now here's a bunch of different versions of the dart. And you just keep tapping search by thumbnail, and you can just go and go and go and just get inspired. Let's have some fun. So this video, and then obviously over time, we're going to build it out where you can set it where, only videos above 100,000 views like we do on our outlier tool. We'll bring it over here. But so this video right here did 100x the average. How to make 1 minute glossy slime. Let me scroll down. Minecraft item slime. That one's cool. So this would be, if you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I want to see more Minecraft thumbnails. I bet if we hit search by thumbnail, it'd pull up a bunch of Minecraft ones, which is cool because it allows you to go down the rabbit hole. Because especially if you're making a video on slime, you might want to get inspired by Minecraft slime or whatever. And then obviously you can just go back. So these are the #1 outliers with Minecraft slime in it. Man, what is one of your coming up? Yeah. So then you can type in Iron Man, get inspiration from videos that did well. I mean, honestly, if you had him, could the suit fly? Could you have him put it on and jump on a trampoline in the video and then him fly? Or maybe this scene. I mean, if I'm thinking about it, this right here would get the most views. If it was him flying in an Iron Man suit, that would pop off.
I
don't know for your channel, but for my channel, that's what I would do. I'm pretty sure we've had that idea, and we have a thumbnail mock somewhere where it's getting a working Iron Man suit, and it's just someone flying, and I'm just like, whoa. This golden car, and then with nothing else, it'll pull up a bunch of other golden cars, which is pretty crazy. Because then you can also sort it by outliers. You can sort it by default, view count, new. So we can click on this golden car, and then we can be like, ooh, like that one. You can see Supercar Blondie did a thumbnail with the golden car in it, etc. And you can just get inspired. I'll show you guys. So at the launch, we have 5 tools. That was thumbnail search. We've kind of loosely talked about the other ones. A/B test. I think all you will find pretty interesting. You can see all the A/B thumbnail tests anyone is doing, and you can see which one won. So you can see all the A/B thumbnail tests currently running on YouTube. You could here. Let me search our boy Ryan. By channel. So you can hit by channel, and like, we were talking about Ryan's thumbnail earlier. We have these little tabs too, so it recommends whatever you're typing in, which is sick. We went all out on this. So now you can pull up Ryan Trine's channel, and you can see every A/B thumbnail test he's ever ran.
Wow.
And you can see which thumbnail won.